Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to another live stream Tuesday. Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me so early on in the live chat room. I do jump in right at the beginning, but then I have to go off and start planning and putting all of the videos that I'm going to show into the software, so I can only pop in for a short spell when I'm here about half an hour before the live stream. But anyway, let's get you guys up on screen, and this is one of those live streams that I didn't realize what the time was, and I looked at the clock and it was 11:59 just 1 minute ago. So I've just jumped straight in, and hopefully things are gonna work. I don't know if they are, but the live chat room is up on screen so far, so we're doing well. And we have Paula, Kevin, Robin, Laurie, Lynn, Lisa, Angela, Patrick, Nora 101, Deborah, Nora 101 again, Jeannie in there. So thank you guys so much for tuning in on this Tuesday night. As always, let's get the names of my patrons up on screen. They go along the bottom of the screen during these live streams the whole time because they make everything possible. And a massive thank you to you guys for your support over on Patreon. As I always say, they do pop up in the super chat window as well. So a massive thank you to all of you guys at the bottom of the screen. So we've got some interesting things to talk about this week, and going into this new week on Saturday last week, so only a few days really, we had a bit of a problem with the Wings of Pegasus supporters page over on Facebook that I always point you guys into the direction of, and there was a hacker who managed to make a profile of me. So they took my picture and created a new Facebook profile, and then managed to pretend to be me in order to gain access to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group over on Facebook. And then they went through deleting all of the names on Facebook, all of the people that were members there, and then blocking them from rejoining. So it's something that the admin team on that page have been trying to work through, and a massive thank you to you guys for doing all of that. Obviously they've reported it, and other people have reported it, and I reported the fact that there was somebody pretending to be me as well, and that got taken down pretty quickly. But unfortunately it seems like the name of the Wings of Pegasus supporters group is going to remain to what the hacker changed it to until next month maybe. It's something that hopefully Facebook will be able to change it more quickly, but the page is still up and running, and thank you guys for posting on there and commenting and returning there as well. It's just that the name of the group unfortunately is not ideal. We might have a look at it later so you guys know what it's now called. That will only last for a few weeks until it can be changed, because I think it's something like every month you can change the name of a group, but you can't keep on changing it over and over again. So that's why there is a bit of a time limit. So we're just gonna have to bear with that. But thank you guys for just keeping the faith and staying over there and rejoining up as well. Obviously, I understand if some people don't want to join up to the group at the moment because of what it's called, but I assure you it is the same group. And the positive to come from it is that in the future that group will be a lot more secure, and things can now go ahead as normal and just continue as they were. And now that we've had this warning, we know what to look out for. So thank you everybody for all of your support over on that Wings of Pegasus supporters page as well. And I always mention about Vince hosting the after party over there, so thank you to him for doing that. As I said, everything is going on as normal, it's just the name that has changed at the top of the screen. So let's have a little look down the right hand side of my screen, because it looks like we've got a few more people coming in. We've got Karen, Carla's in there with Neil, and I'm also seeing KADJ, James, Lynn, Jeannie, Barbara. Hello guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. And I haven't seen Carla in there yet, but I'm sure that things are going to be fine, and she might be along a little bit later, but we do have a couple of moderators in there already who I want to say a massive thank you to for keeping the live chat room a nice place to be as well. So thank you guys, and Batfink is in there as well. So I'm just going to try and read Batfink's comment, hey, you appeared out of thin air, AI. So I'm not sure what that was. Oh, thin hair. I'm not sure, that can't be relating to me, but I'm sure that's something that's going on in the chat room that I've totally haven't understood because it's not something I've been reading. But thank you, Batfink, for joining us tonight. And also, just a quick plug of Batfink's channel, because I have mentioned it weeks and weeks ago, but it's something that was mentioned before the live stream as well. And the other thing is about the community guidelines. You can find those over at wingsofpegasus.com and go to the live stream section. You'll see the community guidelines over there, but it's just about posting things and links to things. It's just to stop the chat room from turning into lots of people coming from lots of different sites and posting up links, but just one or two is fine. It's not really a problem. So I want to give Batfink Reynolds' channel a plug, and it's called the Fallin Project. I think that's what it was from memory. So hopefully Batfink can let me know in the comments section to just see, or in the live chat room to see if that was correct. But I think it was Fallin Project, spelled P-H-I-L-L-I-A-M. So hopefully you guys can find that and check out Batfink Reynolds over on his channel on YouTube. But thank you everybody for joining me. We have had a little bit of action in the super chat window, and that is Vince, who jumped in there with a $5 donation. Thank you for that, Vince. And the message is, we lost 350 plus members, regained about 50 so far. And I think the problem is that because the name of the group has changed, finding it again is going to be very difficult, because when you type it in, you're not going to be able to get there. In fact, I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I'll probably play the first video, and if the link still works from my website, wingsofpegasus.com, I might try that while this video is playing in order to show you guys a way to get on the page. Even if you don't know what to search for, you can just click on the image and then find your way to the supporters page. That's something that I'm going to check out while this video is playing, so you'll have to bear with me and I'll see what happens. But we're going to be getting into the first video of the night, and this is going to be my song called Haunted, and I think this was Carla that did request this over on Patreon, so thank you for that. It is the live version. I'll be in the live chat room while this is playing, but also I'm going to be trying to figure out this thing behind the scenes to get to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group for you guys to be able to see. So I'll see you guys after this, and Carl has just donated $5, so thank you for that, Carl. We all know what that is for, and because I changed the screen, I can't see the message, but we all know. And Carl has donated $5. Like I just said, the message is, for the usual, please stay safe and healthy all. So that's for the Cross the Pond Fund for any new live streamers in the live chat room tonight. And Kevin has just donated $5. Thank you for that, Kevin. The message is, I may have been deleted, but we can't be stopped with some rock horns. So thank you for that, Kevin. This is the thing that it's going to be a case of working through all of the deletions and removals, and I'm sure Vince knows everything that's going on and can allow everybody back into the page, as well as the other admins on there as well. So thank you for just staying on there, and Kevin is quite right, we can't be stopped with these live streams as well. So thank you guys for those donations. We are going to be jumping into this live version of Haunted, and I'll have a little play to see if I can get a way for you guys to get back to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group and rejoin that after Saturday's events. But I hope you guys enjoy this. I'll catch you guys after. Rock! 1, 2, 3, 4! there we have it. That was my song called Haunted, the live version of it. I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and thank you to Carla for requesting that over on Patreon, and all of you guys for answering the request for requests over there. So, I haven't mentioned yet, if you do get a chance to hit that thumbs up, it would be massively appreciated. We always aim for 200 likes on these live streams, and I'm going to see if I've got the updated information. I think I might have here. So it looks like we're at 95 already, so thank you everyone for hitting that thumbs up so early on in the live stream. It's 14 minutes past midnight here in the UK, and 200 is what we aim for, so we're almost halfway there already. And if you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, you can do that. So we have had a little bit of action in the super chat window again. Massive thank you to you guys for the donations, and let me see if what I've just done during that video hasn't messed everything up. Hopefully it's all working. So we've had another donation from Vince, and this is for $5, so thank you for that, Vince. The message is: a search for Wings of Pegasus supporters group, or Wings of Pegasus supporters will find it still. So if you go over to Facebook and follow Vince's instructions, what I'm going to do is, and I think you have to type in the full Wings of Pegasus rather than WOP, the abbreviated version of it, because that's what I just tried and that was fine. And then you'll see the moderately offensive name of the group. But what I'll do is I'll also show you guys how to get there from your internet browser by showing you on screen, doing the screen grab that I've managed to figure out. Hopefully, fingers crossed, over the last few weeks it has worked. But Vince has donated $5 again. Thank you for that, Vince. The message is: those rejoining, no one can see the offensive group name in your profile, and when you post, only people already in the group can see it in your feed. So that is good information to know, that if you do join the group, nobody's going to know that you are part of the group that has the slightly offensive name. So thank you for that, Vince. And we have Ray in the house as well, who has donated $20. Thank you so much for that, Ray. The message is: Wingers, all of you, notifications still take you to the page. You can follow the links from before it was hacked. So thank you for that, Ray, the donation and that information in there. I'm just going to see if I can get the screen to change into the screen grab thing that I was trying to figure out. So hopefully this is going to work. Fingers crossed. Here is the wingsofpegasus.com website, and as you can see here, we've got the live stream heading, and I'm going to click on that, and this is for you guys to find the Wings of Pegasus supporters group. If you're having trouble, you can click on the live stream section there, and normally you'd see this, the home screen. That's where you'd go for wingsofpegasus.com. You click on the live streams, and this image here, Wings of Pegasus supporters group, you'll be able to click on that and it will take you directly to the page. And I'm just going to move this down so that maybe it's going to cut off the offensive group name. And there we go, it has worked. So that is the page, that's what it looks like. As you can see, it's still going, and we have 152 members at the moment. So thank you guys for joining back in on that page, and you can join it. Hopefully all of the names have been unblocked, so you guys will be able to go back there and you'll see what the public group name is. Unfortunately, it might take a bit of time for that to go away because we have to wait for next month or a few weeks. So unfortunately, you're just going to have to try and ignore the name of the group, but it is still up and running. So a massive thank you to Vince and Laura as well, and I think Laurie is in the admin panel over there. So thank you guys so much for working away at getting it back running and removing all the stuff that had been posted by that hacker on Saturday night. So it is massively appreciated, as well as all of you moderators who take care of these live streams and the live chat room. So thank you guys so much for that, and we are back. So it did work. That is great, and I'm going to just try and change these screens back because I've moved it all over the place. It seems like we are fine. So it's a disappointing thing to have happened, and the first time that I've been properly impersonated online with somebody making a profile, calling it my name and taking a picture of me, putting it up there. All a bit weird, but I guess it shows that things are going in the right direction if people think that I am an important use of their time to try and imitate myself, and also go over to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group, spend time on there. I think unfortunately for trolls as a whole, it's something that it's to do with some kind of frustration or jealousy on their part that might see somebody or an artist or a band who are successful, and they spend their time looking at the successful band or artist. And it is something that does raise the question, because I know myself that people who are successful don't spend time on other people's sites saying bad things or trying to stir up anything or trolling a Twitter account or Instagram or YouTube, because successful people are busy doing their own thing. And I think that's just something to take away from it. If there are any trolls that do watch this, if you focus on spending your time on your own art or something that you're good at, a skill that you have, everybody has skills. Just apply it yourself to your own life and set up a channel and showcase it. And more often than not, you will attract people for the right reasons, because you're doing something you enjoy, and they'll be able to tap into that you enjoy. You've got a passion for it. And if you are spending time on other people's channels trolling, you could be spending that time on doing something constructive and improving your life for the future. Because going onto a page, and the amount of time it must have taken to delete everybody and then block everybody individually, we're not talking about something you can do in 30 seconds. That is a prolonged amount of time. So the one thing that I wish I had more of every day is more time to do stuff. So if you've got time that you're spending doing that kind of thing, you could be spending that time on doing things that could really help and maybe scratch that itch of frustration or jealousy that might be in there. But I think some people, unfortunately, I don't know if this will get across to them, but unfortunately some people are just destined to think about the world being against them rather than making the world for them by giving something back to the world before you start, because that's always the best way to go, and that's what everybody should really be focused on. But anyway, that's enough of that. We shall keep on moving forward, but thank you everybody for joining in with these live streams and giving me your support on this channel and in the live streams and over on Patreon, all of you guys at the bottom of the screen, because it is massively appreciated. And let's get into the super chat window, because I know I've been blabbering on a little bit, but there have been a few more donations in there, so thank you guys so much for that. And I'm going to have to scroll up. I want to make sure that I don't miss any of these. And the next donation was Pam, so thank you for that, Pam, and it's $19.99. The message is, that was awesome, so thank you for that, Pam, and I'm not sure what that refers to, maybe the haunted live video, but thank you for that, Pam. And Craven Moorhead has donated £5. Thank you for that, and the message is, I keep getting sent explicit images from a Phil Henley account. Is this you? So it's something that I haven't got time to do that, so it can't be me. But if it is from a Phil Henley account, then it's obviously not me. It doesn't really take too much to look into it, because if you click on the Phil Henley account, you'll see that it's only just been created, and that's what happened with the Phil Henley account that was made that was fake. So anything that is Phil Henley, it might be something that's going to happen in the future. I don't know, but it just shows that for some reason people think it might be good to be me, which is very flattering. So thank you to those people that might think that. But it is obvious whether it's a real account or not, because there will be no history on there, no bio, no pictures, and no interactions with anybody. So it's pretty straightforward, but thank you for that. Lucy has donated $24.99. Thank you for that, Lucy. And the message is, for the usual Cross the Pond Fund and Family Norway Fund, Wingers unite against those troll/hackers with some rock horns, heart, and peace. So thank you for that, Lucy. And Marge has donated $2. Thank you for that, Marge. And the message is knocked out by a troll. So thank you for that, Marge. And hopefully anyone that has been knocked out of that group, you can rejoin it. It's absolutely fine. And Vince has donated $5 again. Thank you, Vince. The message is, I've unblocked everyone who was blocked, so all former members can see the group now. Admins are the founder, Laura, Laurie, Carla, and me. So thank you for that, Vince. And everybody, as you just heard, you can rejoin the group now if you want to. It's absolutely fine. The admins have done a great job on unblocking everybody that was blocked. So thank you guys for that. And Angela has donated $2. And the message is they have limited intelligence, jealous, with a winky face or a smiley face. So thank you for that, Angela. And Kathleen has donated $10. Thank you for that, Kathleen. And that message is, do you write your own music? And yes, I do. And that song you just heard was one of my songs from my album called Persistence. And I own all the rights to my music as well. It is on iTunes and Amazon, but that's hosted there through a third-party website that I asked if they could do that for me, so that's all taken care of. And the publishing rights to my songs are mine as well. That's taken care of the same company. So that's why sometimes when I play my own songs, I get a copyright warning or notification. It's not a warning. They're just saying that you've used copyright material because it's my own copyright through the publishing company. So yes, everything you see here is me. Everything that I produce on this channel is me, and there's only one person doing it, answering the messages over on Facebook and Instagram, Twitter. I don't do as much on Instagram or Twitter. I spend so much time on YouTube getting through the comments section, but also on Patreon. I answer all the messages over there, as you guys know, at the bottom of the screen. So that is where you can have a direct correspondence with me in a message, and that's all private. So it is something that I have been asked in the past over on Patreon, that when people message me directly, can everybody see that? And the answer is no. It's only comments on Facebook, for example, that everyone can see when it's underneath a video, and comments underneath YouTube videos. Those are public as well. But over on Patreon, the comments underneath videos and posts that I do over there obviously are public, but then a direct message to me isn't. But anyway, thank you so much for that, Kathleen. And Elizabeth has donated $1.99. Thank you for that. And the message is 10, and that might have been for the donation. So thank you so much for that, Elizabeth. Orlando has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, jealous people are unhappy people. Spike the likes with a thumbs up. So thank you for that, Orlando. And let's get a plug of the mug. So thank you for reminding me in order to lift this up. You can get one of those mugs in the tray underneath this video if you want to, as well as a Wings of Pegasus t-shirt, which I am modeling tonight. And there's also the Wings of Pegasus hoodies in there. So you can buy all of those if you want to. And somebody that has bought all of those is Ray, who I featured on Saturday night. We are going to have another picture, which I might do now before I forget, because we have Renee, who uploaded her picture to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group. Thank you so much for doing that. And it's in a different place than where I normally get things, so we'll see if this works. But here is Renee with her Spike the Likes mug. And we've also got a bit of guitar action going on in the background. So thank you for uploading that, Renee. And all of you guys, if you want to upload your pictures to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group, then you can do. But thank you for that. And I'm going to see if maybe later on I can find Ray with her specialized headgear that she made out of a t-shirt as well, because it's always good to show a few of you guys on these live streams rather than just looking at me the whole time. But I'll try and find that. As I said, it's in a different place than I get all the videos and stuff. So we will be getting into that after the next video, possibly. But let's have a look into the super chat window again. Thank you guys for these donations. I'm going to have to scroll up because there have been a few, and Raw Olympia has donated $5. Thank you for that. And the message is, keep it up with the guy exercising. So thank you. Jeannie as well, who has donated $5. And the message is, for industrial strength troll spray. Some people need a life. Anyway, we are with you, Phil. So thank you for that. And there's a heart at the end of that message. And Deborah has donated $10. Thank you, Deborah. The message is for an anti-troll hacker fund, or troll/hacker fund. So thank you for that, Deborah. And Nora101 has donated $10. Thank you for that again. The message is thank you to all the mods, both on live stream and on Facebook, for handling this little mini crisis. Love you all. So I echo those sentiments, and I'm sure everybody in the live chat room does as well. Thank you guys so much for all of the work that you do. And Carla has donated $9.99, and Carla is one of those who does such a great job. So massive thank you to you, Carla, and all of the moderators and admin people over on Facebook. And Orlando has donated $5. The message is, I do not mean to speak for everyone, but you will always have our support, Philip. Rock on, rock hard with some rock horns. So thank you for that, Orlando. And not many people call me the full Philip, but that is, I think, the correct spelling with one L. Some people put in two L's, which isn't correct. And it is something that I mentioned on the Aha video that I did last night, I believe, but I cut it out in the edit just to let people know that my name is Norwegian due to my dad's side of the family, and that's why it's spelt with an F, an F-I-L-I-P, and shortened to F-I-L for Phil. And a lot of people do say in the comment section, what's wrong with you? Can't you spell? It's the incorrect spelling, but they don't understand that that is how it's spelled in Norway. So something that I accidentally cut out, or it's probably not that interesting to have in an analysis video, but just so you guys know, it's now on the live stream, so it's all fine. So thank you for that, Orlando. And Vince has just donated $10, and the message is, Phil, Kensington Liederkrantz said, not the change the subject, but I've been meaning to praise you for striking a major blow against the tribalism that is at the root of our world's problems. So thank you for that, Vince. And there are many wise people out there who have said some very truthful, but also true things over the years. And sometimes it is good, I think, to not only read quotes from inspiring people, inspiring quotes, but also to try and spread those quotes out so that other people can maybe find something. It's amazing how when you read something, it can trigger something in your own mind to help you see things differently. And it's great for all that kind of stuff to be able to sink in, and it helps so many people. So thank you for that, Vince. And we are going to be jumping into the next video. This is going to be my version of Free Fallin by Tom Petty, of course, and this was a tribute video. It was quite a while ago because of the sad passing of Tom at that time, but we will jump into it. I know that over on Patreon there were a few requests for Is This Love, I believe, so I might be able to play that in the future at some point. It just so happens that I'd already uploaded this to the software as I saw that it was requested over on Patreon, so thank you for that. It was Joan, by the way, who requested this. So we'll jump into this, and I'll be in the live chat room as always, and I'll see you guys afterwards. Rock! She's a good girl, loves her mama, loves Jesus and America too. She's a good girl, she's crazy about Elvis, loves horses and a boyfriend too. And it's a long day living in Reseda, and there's a freeway running through the yard. I'm a bad boy And there we have it. That was my version of Free Fallin. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And we did have a bit of action in the super chat window. And first of all, it was Vince that popped in there. So thank you for that, Vince. And I just want to make sure that I don't miss anybody. So I am going to scroll up just a little bit to make sure. And Orlando donated the $5. And thank you for that, Orlando. And Vince has donated the $10. Oh, this was Vince saying with another donation of $2, Kensington said that here in the live stream. So thank you for that, Kensington and Vince as well. It sounded like a name of a well-known quote that I hadn't heard before. So I thought maybe Kensington Liederkranz was some kind of poet or something like that, or a thinker who had these quotes. So it just sounded great. So thank you for that, Kensington, for writing that in the live chat room, and also Vince for highlighting it. We have had a donation from Kevin as well, who has donated $5, and the message is, Phil, have you ridden the Romney, Hythe and Dymchurch Railway? It's on Kent's Romney Marsh Magical Miniature Train. So thank you for that, Kevin. I'm not sure. I don't think I have. Certainly not at an age where I'd be able to remember it. If it was a miniature train, I might have when I was very small, but I don't think I have. That's going to be a question for my parents to see if they ever took me there and put me on a miniature train. But I think I have seen certainly a miniature train before. It's probably not the one that you're talking about, but obviously they must have them all over the place. But thank you, Kevin. I'm not sure, but I don't think I have. Thank you for that donation. And Joan has donated $49.99. Thank you so much for that, Joan. And the message is, thanks for the awesome cover of Free Fallin', you with some rock horns. So thank you for that, Joan, for the donation, but also for requesting that over on Patreon. And I'm glad you liked it. Thank you for those kind words. And Angela has donated $5. Thank you for that. Again, the message is, Free Fallin', well done. Gave me the goosebumps I get listening to the original. So thank you for those kind words as well, Angela. It's much appreciated. And DM has donated $1.99. Thank you for that. The message is, have you seen Corey Hart's Never Surrender remix? And I haven't yet, so it's not something that I can comment on, unfortunately, but something to check out for the future. But thank you, DM, for that donation. So we're going to be moving into the next video, and it's 40 minutes past 12 here. 40 minutes past midnight. So let's see if we can get a spike of the likes on the 40th minute of the live stream. If you could hit that thumbs up, it would be massively appreciated. It helps this channel to grow and for this live stream to get out there. And from what I saw earlier, I think we might be really close to 138,000. It's below that, but I'm not sure how long it will take to get there. So thank you everybody for hitting that subscribe button, and I'll have to maybe have a check. I don't know if I can do that while I'm live, but I knew that it was close. So thank you everybody for hitting that like and subscribe button. It is much appreciated. So we're going to be jumping into the next video of the night. Also, before I think I just got a little memory that popped up in my head. Sometimes this happens, and sometimes it's just random bands and artists and songs and things. But this was somebody saying happy birthday to Alexi, and that was in the live chat room before we started. So if that was true and not just an image I've seen, then everybody say happy birthday in the live chat room to Alexi, because I do remember seeing that earlier. So happy birthday, and I hope you have a great day or great night wherever you are, depending on what the time is. But a happy birthday to Alexi in that live chat room tonight. So let's jump into the next video, and this is going to be my lyric video of Greed, and this was requested requested again over on Patreon, and I'm going to have to jump over there because I can't remember off the top of my head who did this one. It might have been Carla. I'm going to have to scroll down and actually find the right post, so bear with me here. Yes, Carla said Haunting. So hang on, the Haunted I've already played, so is Greed. Hang on, I'm going to have to see who has... This is exciting. This is the first time I've ever had to look for this long to try and remember one of the requests. So maybe I've just totally made this up and nobody requested this at all. So let's have a look down the list. And it was Kevin who did request Greed. So thank you for that, Kevin, and thank you, Carla, as well, for requesting Haunting or Haunted at the beginning of the live stream as well. Let's get into this and we'll gather our thoughts, get everything back on track, and I'll see you guys after this. It's the lyric video of Greed, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Rock! And there we have it. That was my song called Greed. I hope you guys enjoyed that one, and that is available at wingsofpegasus.com on the album called Persistence, which if you just search for Wings of Pegasus on Google, you'll find it. And I'm even listed as a musician / artist, which I am, so it's true, and I'm not sure what happens when you click on that, so I'll have to check that out at some point. But if you go to wingsofpegasus.com and put in the store. You can just go to the store once you're on that main page, but if you want to do wingsofpegasus.com/store, that'll take you directly to where all of the music is, and you can pick and choose whatever you feel like picking and choosing. So thank you everybody for tuning in tonight, and we have had more action in the super chat window, so let's jump in there. It is going to have to be a scroll up situation because we've had a few in there. Thank you guys for all of these donations, and it looks like it was Linda who has donated $5. Thank you for that, Linda. And the message is, just got off work, tuned on the live stream, very grumpy because I'm late, and heard your cover song, Grumpiness All Gone Now. Thanks, Phil, with a smiley face. So thank you for that, Linda, and I'm glad that I could help get rid of some grumpiness. And Carl has donated $2, and this is for the Chinese Takeout Fund. So thank you for that, Carl. And Karen is in the house as well. Glamgal710 has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, hi Phil, I'd like to share this Hans Christian Andersen quote, where words fail, music speaks. Thanks for what you do and for being you. Cheers, Karen. So thank you for that, Karen. And that is certainly something that I believe in, that music is a language that we all understand. So a very wise quote. So thank you for that, Karen. Lisa has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is sending out love and peace to all the groovy people here. So thank you for that, Lisa, and I'm sure they're just throwing that back at you as well from that live chat room. A lot of love in the house tonight. And thank you everybody for being in that live chat room and for joining me on these live streams, and also hitting that thumbs up button, and the moderators for doing such a great job on these live streams as well. We have had another donation, and this is for $2 from Jami Vicious. So thank you for that. The message is, have you considered covering a White Lion tune? And it isn't a band that I've had or been requested to cover. It's one of those things that obviously with my hair is absolutely in my area of taste and my preference. I know that I've got a bit of Winger here and White Snake, Dokken as well. In fact, Vito is one of those guitarists that I've been trying to find for ages, just some footage that I can get up on the channel to analyze, but unfortunately there isn't a great deal on YouTube, so it's a bit of a pain. But I haven't been asked to do a particular song yet. It's always a case that I can look through some songs and see which will suit me the most, because that's, unless it is a very specific song that is requested, I tend to look at different songs and see how I could work a particular song my own way, because that's how I like to do it. That's what I prefer to do. But thank you for that donation. And the question, King Nero has donated $10. Thank you for that. The message is, the whole wide world should be making love and not war. Here's hoping we find peace and change hearts. So thank you for that, King Nero, and wise words again in that not only live chat room, but also in the super chat. So thank you guys for all of these great things that you're saying tonight, and for not only your support to me, but your support to everybody that is on this channel and in the live chat room and on the Wings of Pegasus supporters group and over on Patreon, because there's such a great community feel to everything that is going on. So thank you everybody for that. And Ray has donated $100. Thank you so much for that, Ray. A crazy donation, but massively appreciated. I'm just going to make sure that I can read this. It's quite a long one, but Phil, Paul McCartney said he loves all covers of his songs, even bad ones. He sees them all as a tribute to his work. How do you feel about people covering your songs? Would it be sacrilege if someone like me were to cover Amelia and change the name to a man's name? And my view on any covers of my song is, go for it. I don't mind in the slightest. You can do anything that you want with it. I have had a few covers done by other people in the past, and Ian is one of those who is in the live chat room sometimes on these live streams. He covered Don't Cry, so you guys can check out that if you want to on his channel. But there was also another cover that I had done of, I think That's Metal over on Instagram, which was good fun as well. So absolutely fine. If you want to cover one of my songs, I don't mind in the slightest, and I say go for it. So thank you for that, Ray. Orlando has donated again $2. Thank you for that. The message is happy birthday, Alexei Gouver. So thank you for that, or Gouver. So massive apologies, Alexei, for my pronunciation of your surname, but it's something that you guys are used to on this channel, my pronunciation that is just dodgy the whole time. But thank you, Orlando, for that. I think Alexei is pretty much just about how far I can go with the correct pronunciation. Hopefully that is correct for Alexei, but happy birthday to you, and happy birthday from everybody in that live chat room. I'm sure everybody wishes you a great day. So thank you for that, Orlando. And Batfink is in the house and has donated $20. Thank you for that, Batfink. And the message is, Phil, thanks for clearing up the prob at the start. I won't mention it again, laugh out loud. Cheers for plugging my little channel. It is pronounced as Phil Liam Project. You're not only a serious talent, but a great bloke. So, and one at the end. Thank you for that, Batfink Reynolds, for the kind words. And apologies for, at least I remembered it correctly, but not the right way of saying it. So that is the Phil Liam Project here on YouTube, and you guys can go and check out Batfink Reynolds' channel, or Phil's channel, if you want to. And it's something that I should have worked that out, but maybe I just saw it as one word for some reason. But thank you for that, Batfink Reynolds, for the donation and the message as well, and the kind words. And Colleen17 has donated $5. Thank you for that, Colleen. The message is, hi Phil, near the end of Greed, you turned around and pointed up. I'm curious why you did that. And I can't remember that part. Maybe it was for the drum solo. I probably turned around for the drum solo to look at the drummer, just to put my hand in the air, because I'm not playing anything at that point. So I have a free hand. So that's probably why I did that. So thank you. I think it is probably most likely that part of the song for the drum solo. But let's have a look. I think I'm going to have to just scroll up a little bit. Thank you for that, Colleen. And Patrick has donated $2. Thank you for that. And another happy birthday wish to Alexei, because the message is happy birthday, Alexei, with a smiley face. So thank you for those wishes to Alexei from Patrick. And Kay has donated $5. Thank you for that, Kay. The message is banjo easier or harder than guitar? Are the chords the same? So it's a similar thing to ukulele in terms of the way that you play it. It's only got 4 strings, and the tuning is different, so it means that you have different shapes, but it's all the same skills that you need in order to play the banjo. In fact, a lot of people start playing banjo first and then move on to guitar, because banjo has lighter strings, and some guitarists actually put, or used to put, and now we have lighter gauge strings on guitars, so there's not as much need to do it now, but they put banjo strings on their guitars because the strings were lighter, and it meant that bends were easier. For example, for blues players who like to do a lot of bends, they started using banjo strings, or a banjo string, as their high E string, and then Ernie Ball saw that they were doing this and started to design lighter gauge strings for the guitar, and the rest is history. But anyway, let's stop that history lesson, and it is easier to play from that perspective in terms of having lighter strings and not being as hard on your fingers, but it's all the same techniques, all of the same. If you're using a pick, alternate picking, but it's generally played with the fingers. So it means that you get all of the strings following on from each other quickly without having to move with a pick up and down the strings, because there's already a finger there that can pick the string for you. So it's really the same techniques that you would use on the guitar. So I wouldn't say it's easier. It's just as difficult. You've got to spend as much time getting down the skills on the banjo as you do on the guitar. But thank you for that donation, Kay. And TeacherMan1955 has donated $5. Thank you for that again. It's a scroll up situation for that special donation. Loved that cover of Free Fallin'. You rock, with some pizza and 2 guitars. Here's some pizza, Pegasus. Spike the likes. Thank you for that. So we've got a little bit of pizza in there, and I don't think I had pizza last night, or I might have. I've just totally forgotten if I did. So thank you for that, TeacherMan1955, and for the It's a Scroll Up situation for that special donation. That is a little bit long to maybe fit on a mug, but I'll have to have some kind of merchandise that has got a lot of space for that. But thank you for that donation. And Jami Vicious has donated another $5. Thank you for that. And the message is, with the band White Lion, I think Little Fighter or Wait would suit your singing and playing style just fine. Cheers and blessings. Rock star with some hearts. Oh no, stars. Actual stars. So thank you for that, Jami Vicious, and for the suggestions and the requests. It is something that I think a lot of people don't necessarily appreciate, the amount of talent that so many 80s bands had, especially White Lion, and being able to do one of their songs justice would definitely be a challenge. But thank you for those suggestions. And Ken has donated $5. Thank you for that, Ken. The message is, Phil, have you done an analysis video of Jeff Healey's guitar playing? If not, will you add to the long list? Laugh out loud with some rock horns. So thank you for that, Ken. And Jeff is on the channel somewhere multiple times, so you can type that in. Just type in British guitarist analyzes Jeff Healey, something like that, and then you'll be able to find, hopefully those videos will pop up. They should do. And I think, I'm trying to remember how many are up there, but it's definitely more than one. And I think one with Stevie Ray Vaughan somewhere. I don't think I imagined doing an analysis of that. I know that that video is on YouTube, so it'll be on there somewhere. So thank you, Ken, for that request of Jeff Healey. He can be found on the channel. And we are going to be jumping into the last video of the night. It is now 1 a.m. here in the UK, and as we all know, after 1 a.m, things start to go a bit weird with the live stream and the consistency, the reliability of the internet. So we will see how we get on with this video, and then hopefully we'll be able to tie it up at the end as well. So Jen has just donated $2 and has asked, then, what did you eat last night, with an inquisitive face? And I'm going to have to think about this while this video is playing, because I can't remember off the top of my head. Yes, I can. It was pizza. It was pepperoni pizza. So there, I have remembered. And that is not a surprise, I'm sure. It always tends to be the case. I don't know why. And it can only be, I tend to only have fast food once a week, so it must be always before the Tuesday live stream. Maybe it's sometimes before the Saturday live stream. I don't know, but thank you, Jen, for that. It was pizza, so it was already predicted previously in the super chat, but we had another couple of donations. Linda has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, how did you learn to extemporize on guitar? Do you find it easy or difficult? And I think the way that I approached playing the guitar was being able to sing, because I couldn't sing, but I knew what I wanted to sing if I could only hit the notes in my head. And that's the way that I approached playing the guitar. So whatever I was thinking of, I just learned to play by finding where those notes were and then memorizing them. Obviously a lot of practice, repetition, so then you can start to play as you're thinking of the notes. And that's just how I learned to play the guitar. So therefore, extemporizing was just a case of singing or hearing a particular backing, and it didn't matter what key it was in. And generally, I don't need to know what key anything's in, because I can always sing along to it. And as long as I can sing along to something, it means that I can play along to something. So that's the way that I approached it. So for me, it's a lot more natural to be able to do it that way, in terms of not needing to know any scales or any keys of songs. If you can just sing over a backing, then you should be able to sing through your guitar, because your vocal cords are now matched with your guitar neck. And that's just the way that I approached it. So for me, it's something that I find easy to do. I don't really have to think too much about anything. But obviously, if people have just learned scales and modes, and they'll need to know what the key is before they start playing, so that what they're going to play matches up and it goes with what they're hearing, rather than singing effectively over the backing and knowing where your singing notes are on your guitar. But anyway, thank you, Linda, for that. And Marilyn has donated $5. Thank you for that, Marilyn. The message is, hi Phil, sorry, but am I thinking right? When you do a cover song, you have to get permission from the artist before you can play it with a heart. So I think this is something that I've covered in live streams before, but just quickly to cover it again. When you do a cover on YouTube, if it's a totally new cover, i.e. playing all the instruments, totally redoing it as I do for every video, that is classed as a totally new working of that original material, and that happens. When that happens, the copyright owner puts or can put adverts on your video because they'll get a notification, and YouTube is pretty good with finding the copyrights for the song if you put the title of the song in your video. So that's the way that that's covered, and sometimes you'll see that on this channel when you watch a cover of a particular song, you'll see an advert before it, and the revenue from that advert goes to the copyright holder of the song that I'm covering. And it's exactly the same principle for the analysis videos. If there's adverts on those, the revenue from the adverts go to the copyright holder, the publishing company of the music that I'm featuring or analyzing in that video. In order to sell the songs, this is where it gets different. If you're putting a song on a CD, people sometimes do that, which is illegal, and don't get the rights or permission from the copyright owner to put it on a CD and then make money themselves from that copy or that version of the song. And if you do everything on YouTube, pretty much you're going to be okay. It is a little bit different if you are just playing the original song in the background and then playing the chords or the guitar or whatever it is over the top, because you're still using that original material in the background. You haven't totally reworked that original. So it can get a little bit complicated, and in that case, I think it's a little bit more of a grey area between whether that is just purely taking the original material and using that and just playing your guitar over the top of it, or totally reworking it. I always totally rework the song from the ground up, so it is a totally new version of somebody else's material that then they can put the advert on in order to get the revenue. But I hope that's explained it. The main difference is if you were to put it on a CD and then sell it. If I had, for example, a covers album, I sell it to you for $10, I've made $10, and the person who wrote that song that I'm covering is making nothing. So that's where it is illegal. You have to get their permission to do that. So hopefully that makes sense. But thank you, Marilyn, for that. And Orlando has donated $5. Thank you for that, Orlando. The message is, I'm sure you have hit on this question. Why do Brits lose their accents when they sing? And this is something that we have spoken about before. Again, just quickly, when you ascend in your range, you have to change the way the vowels sound. So it means that the wider sounding vowels, such as an R, turn into an E the higher you get. So it's something that you'll find in classical singing. You get loads of different singers from all over the world who sing classical pieces, and their voices all sound the same because it's in Italian, and the way that you modify vowels are that original Italian way of doing it. And it means that if you do that and you're English, for example, and you are from England, not just speaking English, I mean from England, you're still changing your vowels the same way. And if you start to abuse those vowels higher up in your range, it means that you can damage your vocal cords. You need to thin out those vowels and stop them from splatting and sounding really big up top, because you need to make it a thinner sound to get into your head voice and not bring a lot of chest voice up really high in your range, because that can be a dangerous thing to do. And sometimes a lot of singers, Adele for example, did that quite a lot and actually damaged her vocal cords. So it is something that you have to be careful about. But that is the main reason, I think, why when you're listening to a singer and they start to sound American and they're not from America, is the changing of the vowels that everybody does. So then everybody ends up sounding the same when they sing higher in their range. Anyway, let's move on to this final video. It's gonna be We Can Fall Down, the live version of it, my song, and this was requested over on Patreon again. This must have been the thing that I forgot to do when I started the live stream. I always feel like I've forgotten to do something, but I didn't make sure that I saw all of the requests, or at least the people that did request this over on Patreon. So I'm now having a read through, and there are so many requests over here, so thank you for that. It was Lisa who did request this, so thank you, Lisa, for requesting We Can Fall Down. It's the live version of it. I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you guys after. Rock!
I got
And there we have it. That was my song called We Can Fall Down. I hope you guys enjoyed that one. And we had a little bit of a delay coming back to me there, but everything is fine. Hopefully this isn't the beginning of the end for the live stream, but it probably is. It's 1:10 here in the morning, so we're going to be calling it to a close pretty soon. But before we do, we have had a little bit more action in the super chat window, so thank you guys for that. I'm going to just scroll up to make sure I don't miss any. But we had a donation from Gary, and that is for $10. So thank you so much for that, Gary. And that was just a straight up donation without a message. And Orlando has donated $5. Thank you for that. Again, the message is thank you for answering my question. I hope your parents are well. Peace, with some hands doing the peace sign. So thank you for that, Orlando. And for the wishes to my parents, they're absolutely fine. And Patrick has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, hi Phil, I challenge thee to cover a John Denver song, with a smiley face. So thank you for that, Patrick, and it's possible in the future we could get a bit of John Denver going on the channel. I might have to throw in a little guitar solo here or there because it's something that I can't really resist most of the time. But thank you for that suggestion. Ray has donated again $25. Thank you for that, Ray. The message is, can you make money from chord charts, sheet music, etc.? If so, do you plan to publish your music on places like musicnotes.com? And I don't have any plans to do that at the moment. It's just having the time to write it all down and just suss out myself what I'm actually playing, because it's subconscious, especially with the solos. Those can take a long time to get down because you really have to slow down and see exactly what you're playing rather than just going through the motions. So it's not something that I've planned to do or plan to do, but maybe in the future it's something that can be done. I was thinking that I could get somebody else to do it, but then you have the problem of them getting it wrong, because one thing that I don't like is, especially with teaching, when students come to me and they've learned something from the internet and they've been reading a tab and it's incorrect, so they've learnt it the wrong way, and now they've got to unlearn what they've already learned, and I have to spend, I don't know how many lessons on trying to teach them the correct way of doing it, because muscle memory is one of those things. All of you guitarists out there know what I'm talking about. Muscle memory, once you have repeated one thing over and over and over and over again, your muscle memory will start doing it automatically without your brain telling it to. So if you want to do something different to what it's been doing all this time, for example, you've learned a song incorrectly, your muscle memory will keep on wanting to do the wrong version of it. So the best way to overwrite muscle memory is to slow it down and just teach the hands the right movement over and over and over and over again to try, and it is like just wiping a hard drive. You've got to reteach that muscle memory. But anyway, thank you for that, Ray. And Jeannie has donated $5. Thank you for that. The message is, thanks for talking about that technique of inhaling the note as you discussed on our AHA video. Who knew? Smiley face, heart. This is for next week Hawaiian pizza. So thank you for that, Jeannie. And yeah, things got a little bit demonstrational on last night's analysis video with the guitar, but also, yes, the inhalare la voce, which is a technique when you breathe in and you sing, but breathing in. It's not one of those techniques that you'll see people using a lot, but for the odd high note, in order to make it easier, you can go to that, especially if you're just saying something like yeah, or an expression that doesn't have a long phrase or a long series of words to it, because as you can imagine, if you're breathing in, you can't enunciate the words in the same way that you can when you're breathing out. But if you're just having to hold a high note and you're struggling with it, you can use that technique, and if you're good at doing it, nobody will be able to notice that you're doing it. In fact, I do it on one of the covers and it hasn't been spotted yet. Nobody's said that I'm breathing in when I'm singing, and well, I might mention it in the future which song that is, which cover video it is, where I'm actually using inhalare la voce when I'm breathing in and singing. and nobody's noticed it yet. It might just be my secret that I keep secret for the rest of time so that nobody can ever notice it. But anyway, thank you so much for that donation. Jeannie and Orlando has donated again, and this is for $5. Thank you again for that, Orlando. The message is, as Yoda, the Jedi Master stated, that'd be great, the Jedi Master stated, you must unlearn what you have learned, which is exactly the case with muscle memory. So just take it from Yoda, because he knows what he's talking about, especially when it comes to guitar playing, because he can play the guitar without even having to look at it or touch it. But thank you, Orlando, for that. We're going to be calling this to a close now. It's just gone 1:15 here in the morning in the UK. And just a final look into the live chat room, because we have Thomas in there, Laurie and Susan and Dennis in the house as well. Hello, guys. And Batfink's still in there, Barbara and Jami Vicious and Ray and Patrick, Jeannie, Karen, Deborah, Calfolk7 as well, KADJ and Jeannie, Orlando. Hello, guys, and thank you so much for joining me. Like I said, and like Vince said earlier in this live stream, you can go over to the Wings of Pegasus supporters group on Facebook. It does have a different name that we're just trying to deal with at the moment, because you can only change the name, or the admins are dealing with that. Just trying to change the name can only be done once a month. So it's something like that. I'm not sure how many weeks we'll have to wait, but the whole Wings of Pegasus supporters group is still on Facebook, and the admins have unblocked everybody because the hacker blocked everybody. So thank you, admins, for all of the work there. Thank you as well, moderators on the live stream, for keeping everything organized. And thank you, everybody, for joining me on this live stream. I'm going to be here at the same time, same place, on Saturday night for another live stream. And there's going to be another analysis video tomorrow night and on Thursday and Friday, as always. So if I don't see you at the next analysis video in the comment section, then I'll see you live on Saturday night. And thank you guys so much for joining me. Stay safe as much as you can and socially distance, all of these things that we have to try and remember. And I will see you guys at the next live stream or in the comment section of the next analysis video. Thank you guys so much for joining me, and I'll catch you guys later. Rock!